India's capital markets are set for one of their biggest moments in recent years. The National Stock Exchange has filed its Draft Red Herring Prospectus, or DRHP, paving the way for what could become India's largest ever IPO. But this isn't just about the size of the listing. It marks the culmination of a long journey through regulatory hurdles, governance reforms, and legal challenges, while testing the depth and maturity of India's capital markets. Our report. India's capital markets have emerged as one of the world's fastest growing, driven by rising retail participation, market-enabling regulation, and rapid digitization. The latest milestone comes from the National Stock Exchange, which has filed its Draft Red Herring Prospectus with the Securities and Exchange Board of India, taking a decisive step towards its long-awaited initial public offering. The proposed issue, valued at about $3.5 billion, will be 100% offer for sale of nearly 148.9 million shares by existing investors, including State Bank of India, Canada Pension Plan Investment Board, Bank of Baroda, General Insurance Corporation of India, and New India Assurance. Expected to be India's largest ever IPO, the offering marks a significant milestone in the evolution of the country's financial markets.
When NSE came, it covered all the corners of the India, and a commoner could access the market, and that was the biggest advantage which NSE came. And we can say actually it's a sort of a democracy applied to the capital market. That's the importance of NSE. And it started with debt market, then equity, derivative, commodity, ETFs, gold receipt, so on, and it has really captured the heart of the investor. We say that we need to have asset classes, different asset classes for financial planning. I think NSE is the best example of that.
I think there are many key indicators of an event of this size and magnitude, and in terms of the timing. The first and foremost, of course, India has had a couple of exchanges which are listed, but now we have something which is truly global in its size. With the expected market capitalization, I think this will be an issue size which will definitely invite a lot of global participation.
Since launching in 1994, the NSE has transformed India's securities market by replacing a fragmented network of regional exchanges with a nationwide electronic trading platform. Over the past 3 decades, it has grown into a diversified market infrastructure institution operating across equities, debt, derivatives, commodities, exchange-traded funds, clearing, market data, and technology services.
You take the last 5 years, average GDP growth in India is about 7%, 7.2% to be exact. There is no other economy growing at 7% or even 6.5%. And for a growing economy which is growing at this rate, and we know this, that the high growth rate is likely to sustain for an extended period of time. For such an economy, we need a very dynamic capital market. And the Indian capital market also is growing at an impressive rate.
Today, the NSE is India's largest stock exchange by trading activity and the primary venue for companies looking to access capital markets.
I think all stock exchanges everywhere in the world are known for driving investments, for creating wealth, for market capitalization, growth of economic growth of entrepreneurship. So it has multifaceted development. But when you come to a national stock exchange, it is it's a multiplier of all of these. So I think you look at the size of the investors also in India. We have over 200 million investors investing in Indian stock markets. So when you look at all these parameters, and with the SME and the IPO growth story that we are very much aware of about the National Stock Exchange, there is only upward bound sort of growth which is going to happen, and that's good for the country.
The listing will also mark an important governance milestone, bringing the NSE under the same disclosure compliance, and shareholder accountability standards that apply to every listed company. Financially, the exchange enters the public markets from a position of strength. According to Jefferies, the NSE is among the world's most profitable exchanges, with normalized operating EBITDA margins remaining broadly stable at 76 to 77% between fiscal year 2024 and fiscal year 2026. The brokerage also notes that the exchange has consistently returned a large share of its earnings to shareholders, distributing nearly 3/4 to more than 4/5 of its profits as dividends over the period. Beyond the numbers, the IPO represents the public listing of an institution that sits at the heart of India's capital markets. As the exchange opens itself to public shareholders, the offering will be watched not just for its size, but for what it says about the maturity and continued evolution of India's financial markets.